Objectives for today: to evaluate order of operations problems with fractions. Example number 1. 1/2 plus 3/4 times 1/8 and then minus 1/3. Two different ways you can do it. One is to find a common denominator all the way through, or simply leave everything as it is and then just do it one problem at a time. Anyway, a common denominator here is not going to help you because that's multiplication. So let's start with the middle. 3/4 times 1/8 would be 3/32. And that can't be simplified, so now you go left to right. 1/2 plus 3/32. The common denominator between 2 and 3 would be 32. We don't have to mess with the second fraction, but this one has to be multiplied by 16, top and bottom. So that's why we have a 16 on the top. And 16/32 plus 3/32 is 19/32. And of course you still have your 1/3 at the end to take care of. Now 32 and 3, the least common denominator would be 96. You just multiply them together. And that would mean you're multiplying this one by 3, so that's a 57. And the next one over there, this one by 32, and then subtract. 57 minus 32 should be 25, and over 96. Example number 2. 1/2 times 1/5 plus 2/3 times 1/4. Order of operations say to do multiplication first, so multiply this one and then multiply this one. So after those first two, it should be 1/10, and then the second two you should have 2/12. And I think it would be worth simplifying that down to 1/6. And the least common denominator between 10 and 6 should be 30. So if you multiply this by 3, you'll get a 3 on top, and this by 5, you'll get a 5 on top. 8/30, that can be simplified down to 4/15. Practice number 1. Find the answer for 2/3 plus 1/6 times 2/5 minus 1/2. Solution for the practice problem should be to start with this one first. So when we multiply, we get 2/30. Now if we reduce that, it should be 1/15, but 15, 3, and 2 is still going to give me a common denominator of 30. So I think it's best if we left it 30 and then made the denominator for everything else 30. So you're multiplying by 10, that's where we get a 20 at, and by 15, that's where the 15 comes from, and this stays 2. So 20/30 plus 2/30 is 22/30. And if you subtract 15/30 from that, you're left with 7/30. Practice number 2. Find the solution for 5/6 times 3/5 and then plus 1/4 times 2/3. The solution for the practice: start with this here to get 15/30, and then on this side to get 2/12. If you reduce this one, it's going to be 1/2. And then 2/12 reduces to 1/6. That would be worth it. And your least common denominator would end up being 6. So this one doesn't change on the right, and you're multiplying by 3 here. So that's where we get 3. 4 over 6 is the right answer, except it's not reduced. It should be 2 over 3. Practice number 3. Find the solution for this problem. 5 over 8 plus 3 over 4 times 1 over 3 minus 2 over 3. Solution for the practice. Start with the multiplication in the middle to get 3 over 12, and then take a look at your denominators. If we knock this middle one down to 1/4, then we could easily do that with this one. So let's do that. Let's keep this as 5 over 8. This is 1 over 4. And then we'll go back and have a common denominator of 8, and then also another 8 here. That would make this 2. And then we would take care of this one later. So 5/8 plus 2/8 is 7/8. So let's do 7/8 minus 2/3. And the common denominator would be 24. So if you're multiplying by 3, you're going to get a 21 here, and by 8, that would be 16. 21 minus 16 is 5. 5 over 24.